Kim Ji-won becomes a detective to clear Kim Soo-Hyun, fans' hopes and dreams. Hello, dear viewers, this is Yahoo Japan News. Sending a warm and slightly dramatic hello to all of you. If you enjoy a delicious mix of romance, mystery, and a sprinkle of celebrity detective work, please support our YouTube channel by subscribing and watching the whole video. Don't skip ahead, because we've tucked some special little reveals inside that you won't want to miss. Now, settle in with your favorite snack. A tale of sleuthing, scandal, and star-crossed chemistry awaits. Picture this: the camera fades in on Kim Ji-won, rain slick hair, trench coat collar popped, eyes that say both, "I understand human heartbreak," and "I definitely remember to bring snacks." She's not just playing any detective, she's the kind of sleuth who solves crimes with a tilted smile and the occasional sarcastic aside. The internet, as it does when it smells a romantic mystery, immediately collapses into a chorus of gasps, heart emojis, metaphorically speaking, and 1,000 comments begging the universe for one glorious thing: Kim Ji-won to clear Kim Soo-Hyun's name. Yes, dear readers and loyal subscribers, the rumor mill has its own sense of theatrical timing. Fans have taken to the comment sections as if they were ceremonial altars, leaving bouquets of hope, little notes that say, "Please work together," and elaborate fan theories that could rival an Agatha Christie footnote. "Wouldn't it be wonderful," they whisper from across apps and time zones, "if the very actress now stepping into the shoes of a famous Korean detective could also, in fiction or fate, vindicate the luminous Kim Soo-Hyun?" Romance, redemption, ratings. Let's pause for a moment and fold the rumor into our story carefully, like a secret letter slipped into a book. According to Sports Chosen, yes, the same outlet that sometimes gives us gentle nudges toward the next fandom-wide obsession, Kim Ji-won has reportedly received an offer to star in a project tentatively titled Detective Park MIOK. This work is said to be inspired by Korea's first female detective, written by the brilliant Young Seo-kyung and to be directed by Kim Hee-won. For drama lovers, that name-dropping sings. Young Seo-kyung is the writer behind acclaimed works such as The Handmaiden, Decision to Leave, Mother, and Little Women. And director Kim Hee-won's collaboration would follow the massive success of Queen of Tears, which pulled in an impressive 24.9% viewership rate. The script is reportedly still in its early stages, but whispers say Young Seo-kyung may have had Kim Ji-won in mind for the lead all along. If she accepts, this would likely be Kim Ji-won's next step after wrapping up filming on Dr. X. Rumors, of course, live in a house of ifs and maybes, but fandoms have always been architectural geniuses at building cathedrals. From those two bricks, fans have imagined frames of film in which Kim Ji-won, with her sharp mind and softer smile, pieces together clues that exonerate Kim Soo-hyun, either in a fictional plot twist that doubles as rom-com catharsis, or as a meta-commentary where art reaches across to life. The concept is deliciously meta. An actress plays a detective who solves injustice, and that justice lights the path back to a beloved actor's reputation. It reads like fanfiction that somehow learned to speak Oscar-nominated prose. Now, let us indulge in the fun part, the imagined scenes. Scene 1. Ji-won finds a torn photograph in a rain-dampened alleyway. She squints, tucks a strand of hair behind her ear, and thinks of Soo-hyun's smile, the off-camera kind you only see when the director yells, "Cut," and the camera keeps loving him anyway. She pieces together alibis like a tailor stitches a suit. Neat, intentional, impossibly flattering. She uncovers evidence not with a magnifying glass but with empathy, because in stories like ours the heart solves mysteries the mind cannot. The two meet later in a coffee shop where Steam is doing most of the flirting. He says one line that only her character could understand. She replies with a look that says, "I already suspected you," and the audience cries, in a very tasteful, cinematic way. Beyond the cinematic wish fulfillment, there is a real, Human hope stirred by fans. They want a public clearing of any rumors or shadows cast over Kim Soo-Hyun. When beloved figures encounter controversy, fandom becomes less about shipping and more about protection. If Ji-won can be the detective who finds the truth, fans say, let her do it, on screen or off. Some even argue, half joking and half earnest, that a properly scripted on-screen exoneration could be the rom-com cure-all the industry needs. Love heals, truth restores, and ratings spike just enough to keep the production team fed. Of course, reality and fantasy have different rules, casting decisions, legal realities, and the delicate ethics of mixing real controversies with fictional plots mean the idea of an on-screen exoneration should be handled with care, but that won't stop the heart from composing its own screenplay. Fans have, in their communal creativity, produced an entire subplot where Kim Ji-won and Kim Soo-hyun reconnect professionally, a reunion project filled with mutual respect, deep chemistry, and just a pinch of playful rivalry. It's the sort of comeback story that writes itself into the margins of entertainment history. 2 stars, each luminous on their own, reuniting to tell a story about truth, memory, and love. Let's consider the artistic chemistry, because that's the fuel that keeps such fantasies plausible. Kim Ji-won brings a quiet intensity and an ability to flick from laughter to a piercing look that stops a scene cold. Kim Soo-hyun brings an unassuming gravity that makes ordinary lines feel like confessions whispered on a rooftop. Together, they would be the cinematic equivalent of a well-blended tea, comforting, stimulating, and oddly hard to stop thinking about. Fans imagine dialogue that reads like letters written in the margins of a script, small, intimate, and utterly combustible. And the director's chair. If Yoon Seo-kyung truly pens a detective piece inspired by a real Korean heroine, and if Kim Hee-won directs with the kind of emotional architecture that made Queen of Tears resonate with millions, the result could be both critically potent and widely beloved. The blend of autorial craft and star power would be irresistible. But beyond awards and numbers, fans push for this pairing because they crave something more elemental: reconciliation, connection, and the story of 2 actors who understood each other's strengths enough to create something tender and true. So what do we, humble chroniclers of celebrity romance and detective daydreams, ask of the universe? First, that Kim Ji-won considers the role, because the thought of her as Detective Park MIOK is cinematic gold. Second, that producers pay attention to the chemistry the public imagines between Ji-won and Soo-hyun and consider giving the fans a project that honors their hopes, not as a stunt, but as a thoughtful collaboration. Third, and most importantly, that if any real-world shadows exist around Kim Soo-hyun, the truth be sought with fairness, and justice be done with kindness.